EA Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Utah, downtown Salt Lake City, Utah, the home of the Jazz, Energy Solutions Arena. The Utah Jazz come into this one after the win against Sacramento.
Well, it was a good win. Ball movement, offensive spacing, efficiency. They were just really solid at that end of the floor.
And when they got hot, they were impossible to cool down. That was the case throughout the game.
Now the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Clark in at 2 guard. Chris Bosh is out there with Luke, Richard, and Mbamute. Then it's Allen, and it's Jennings in at the 1. And for the Jazz, at the forward spots, Gordon Hayward and Paul Millsap. Mo Williams out there at 4, and it's Jefferson in at the 5, roaming the paint. And it's going to be the Jazz off the tip. Williams with the ball. Playing Sacramento, he was nearly unstoppable. Outside for Jefferson. Over Mbamute. That's good from Jefferson on the assist by 4. Jefferson's got the first basket of the game for the Jazz. Utah's on defense. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
And they'll come into this one with some confidence. Last season, they swept the season series, winning both matchups.
Shot's good from Mbamute. So it's the Jazz now. Outside Williams. Pass to 4. Backs in. A fadeaway. Chris Bosh with the rebound. Both of these teams, Clark, battled for playoff spots in their conference.
Kevin, every game is big to a team on the edge of playoff contention, Kevin. That's a whole different mindset than either of the extremes. The end of your season is kind of like a mini playoff in and of itself.
So it's Utah now, following the bucket by the Bucks. Hayward kicks to Williams. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Jennings. A shot by Williams, no good.
And no defender was around him to influence that shot. It didn't hurt them there, but, you know, they can't make that mistake twice. Well, one of the things the Jazz are going to have to sort out over the next year or two is just playing time in the front court. And that equation was made even more confusing with the addition of Enes Kanter in the draft. But he played a very limited role last year, and the minutes seemed to work out for everybody. But as he develops, it'd be very interesting to keep an eye on the rotation of the Utah front court.
Utah with the ball, following the 3 by Milwaukee. Kicks to Millsap. Over Mbamute. Here's Jefferson, and the layup is good. Jefferson's got his second bucket.
Well, that's what he does. He's going to fight and battle on the offensive glass all night.
Jennings passes to Clark. The feed now to Allen. There's a good screen. Shoots from the elbow. Bosh can't get it to go. Well, I don't know if I'd call it a log jam, Steve, or what. I mean, I think it's still kind of sorting itself out with the Utah Jazz up front. But a lot of size, a lot of length. Favors is terrific. Canada, we really don't even know what's going on because he's so raw, but great potential. You know, a lot of good young players, Clark, and there are only so many minutes to go around. That'll be an interesting dance there for the coach, Tyrone Corbin, to try to figure that out.
It will be, but you'd much rather try to do that dance with that kind of ammunition and those types of potential dancers than not. So Favors is another guy in the mix, and eventually you think the Jazz will perhaps have to move one of those guys up to free up playing time, but that remains to be seen.
Here is Hayward, following the basket by Brandon Jennings. Here's Jefferson, and Utah again with the bucket. For the Milwaukee Bucks, they come in off the loss to the Nuggets in Denver.
And the opponent's shooting percentage is what stood out to me in that game. You can't give up so many easy looks and expect to win.
Yeah, it was an emotionless performance, Steve. That's the way I describe it. I mean, they basically laid down, rolled over defensively.
Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Scott Skiles. And Doris, what did he have to say?
We talked about the keys to this game, and he singled out Paul Millsap as a player they've simply got to be mindful of. Coach told me he's always been an energy guy, someone you have to locate and box out every possession. But he's developed his offensive game to the point where he's more than just a hustle guy. He's also a scoring threat now, and a guy we can't leave open. They'll be watching him, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks.
And you look at Bucks head coach Scott Skiles, a point guard in his playing days, who won an Indiana state title in high school. And, of course, 10 years playing in the league.
Now here's Williams, looking for his first bucket of the game. And Voigt kicks to Millsap. Shot's good.
I'm sure they'd like to get more shots like that one.
The Bucks trail. And see, to look at Scott Skiles' playing career. 1991, the most improved player in the NBA. That was the year he set that record for assists in a game with 30.
Yeah, he was just amazing as a point guard. Not very talented athletically, but just incredible will, great feel for the game, and an unbelievable passer. And also one of the great free throw shooters of all time, 89% for his career.
Here's Clark. He's coming off a 16-point game against Denver.
And what stood out to me in particular was his gorgeous playmaking out there. He was finding his teammates in great positions to score.
He dishes it to Ford. Dishes it to Millsap. He passes to Jefferson. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Jefferson's got 8 points.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
BOSH with the bucket.
His offensive game is so refined, guys. Extremely well developed in just about every aspect.
Now the dish to Ford. Free throw line jump shot. Here's Jefferson. Got it. Good job in the low post. 10 points for him.
What a quarter for him, and with this lead, I mean, they might as well just ride him the rest of the night.
Allen dishes to BOSH. Shoots from the high post. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
Kind of defense just couldn't get a hand in his face. Couldn't challenge the shot.
Yeah, made his height advantage count that time.
You know, we've seen it often. It takes a player 2 years really to come back from a major knee surgery. And I think that was the case for Al Jefferson, as he's started to return to the form we saw from him when he was with the Timberwolves from 2007 to 2009.
Derek Favors checked in for Paul Millsap. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Drew Gooden has checked in for Mbamute. There's Jennings with the 3. Gets it to go. Jennings has got his second basket of the night.
Both sides really coming out of the gate firing here.
Guys, they look like they were raring to go in this one. A lot of offense early on.
He kicks to Ford. Jefferson against BOSH. Here's Favors. It's blocked. Here's Jefferson. Missed it, even after all those chances. Left side BOSH. Left side BOSH. Here's Clark, covered by Foy. Gooden the pass to Jennings. Shot clock at 5. Over Williams. Jennings can't get it to go. And Steve, as you noted, Al Jefferson last season back to his old self, getting back in that Clark 20 and 10 range, which is so good.
And Kevin, I think he's become better as a post passer, finding teammates and keeping the turnovers down and really playing at a high level. Again, I say it all the time, big guys take a little longer to develop and fully polish their games. And remember, he came right out of high school, so he's still relatively young, though he's been in the league a long time.
And now here's a quick peek at the best rookie free throw shooters over the course of the past month. Look at Cool Hands, one of the league's best, 3rd in free throw percentage.
Well, he got locked in at the foul line a few weeks back, and he's stayed that way ever since.
Well, he's got as smooth a stroke as just about any of the first-year guys. I don't think there's any question about that.
Now here's Jennings, following the shot by Ray Allen. Gets the bucket. That's 7 points for Brandon Jennings. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
Favors with the screen. And Voigt kicks to Hayward. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
This is an interesting matchup. Neither team has been able to get an edge.
I tell you what, it's been enjoyable to watch this one. I mean, they haven't given an inch to each other, and neither side is backing down in this one.
Milwaukee's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Clark dishes to Jennings. Pass to Clark. shot is blocked.
And total domination on the glass by them so far.
Well, the anticipation has been outstanding, exquisite. I mean, it seems like they've got an extra sense as to know where the ball is coming off.
Here is Jennings after the basket by Utah. And that one's good by Clark. Clark's got 7 points. So Utah ends up going with the new group. And the Bucks with some changes. Utah leading. Here's Tinsley. Here's the screen. And here's Burks. He feeds it to Williams. Now the pass to Cantor. You don't want him. Now Tinsley. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Udo. Now Dunleavy. Down low. Here's Udrich. No good.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Tinsley with the bucket. Bucks trail by 4. And Udrich kicks to Udo. Feeds it to Dunleavy. Launches a 3. No luck.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Milwaukee with the ball. Following the shot by Alec Burks. Here's Henson. Here's Harris. Nice second effort. Good job staying with it. Harris has got his first basket of the night.
Boy, they are not messing around here, guys. They are really banging the glass hard early on.
+5 margin already in rebounding, and it looks like this is going to be a factor all game.
The kick out to Williams. Cranes the three-pointer. Williams has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Even when they're D'ing him up, I mean, he's a very good shooter from out there.
Harris passes to Henson. The rebound by the Jams. Here's Tinsley. Passes it to Burks. Shoots a fader. It's rebounded by Udo.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot. Over the last 10 games, Kevin, you can see where the Bucks rank in the league stats. Tops in scoring, first in rebounding. And they're also #1 distributing the basketball. This is a team that knows how to find the open man and convert those opportunities.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about is really a result of great offensive execution. And this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
And the Jazz with some changes. Paul Millsap's checked in for Enes Kanter. Hayward comes in for Jeremy Evans. And Mo Williams subbed in for Jamal Tinsley. And then for Milwaukee, Joel Prisbilla checked in for Udo. And Bahamudze comes in for Henson. And it's Jennings in for Mike Dunleavy.
That's grace over power, guys. That finger roll gets him 2 points. Impressive stuff.
Harris kicks to Jennings. And the Bucks miss again. Jazz leading by 6. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Burks. Goes straight up. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
That's what he's all about. That's who he is, retrieving those misses and exploding right back to the bucket.
Prime example of it right there, no question. Good point, Clark.
Yeah, great rebounder and a great finisher, so that's a difficult combination to deal with for the defense.
Jennings with the bucket.
Been a little too easy for them inside, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. I mean, they've really dictated the action in the paint. That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all.
Utah's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. And Millsap backing in. Right block shot. Joel Prisbilla comes up with the rebound. Here's Clark. And no good trying to get that one. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Jazz lead by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sport.
See the show and make yourself heard. Come out and support your home.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
They've done a nice job on the offensive boards here, guys, and I think that was the difference in that first quarter. Really pounding the offensive glass.
Well, they set the tone early with their mindset, their tenacity, and their hustle. I mean, that's the way they've come out, and it's served them well.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Jazz, Burks is the 2, Hayward the 3. Marvin Williams is out there with Favors, and it's Foy in at the point guard position. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, guys, cool hands in the last outing against the Nuggets was a major factor. He ended with 16 points and an impact by finding his teammates over and over again. This game is just the latest performance in what has been a hot streak for him. Will he bring the fire tonight, guys?
And Doris obviously helping their cause, Clark, in a huge way.
Feels good to come off a game like that, but I always say each game you got to treat as an individual task. It's an entity in and of itself. Go out at the start fresh and don't rely on your past performance.
Yeah, but you can use that performance, Clark, for confidence and just for your overall makeup as a player, how you feel about yourself going into the next one. So there can be some carryover effect.
Bucks have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Leads him in there. Harris from down in the low post. It goes. Harris has got 4 this quarter.
And defensively, you want to keep the ball as far away from the hoop as possible.
Yeah, because he's too good inside, Steve. I mean, he'll make you pay every time in there.
Here is Hayward, guarded by Harris. That's good. Hayward's got 5 points so far. The Bucks have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field.
I think Gordon Hayward is such an intriguing young player, guys. He's big, he's athletic, he's skilled, can play multiple positions. You see the potential, and he's still figuring out how to put it all together at the NBA level.
Here's Clark, and there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Now, not a popular call, as you can hear in the background.
Not at all. Unanimous disapproval of that whistle.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Enes Kanter's checked in for Favors. Jefferson comes in for Marvin Williams. And Jamal Tinsley is subbed in for Alec Burks. Kicks it to Jefferson. Rebounded by the Bucks. And I think more recently, Gordon Hayward really coming into his own.
Yeah, I think he's gotten more aggressive. He's more comfortable. I think his skill level has always been pretty good, and his athleticism underrated. But he's got to play, I think, maybe with a little more edge. Get that junkyard dog to come out in him. He actually played for the Butler Bulldogs. He needs to show some of that mentality of a Bulldog out there.
The feed to Foy. This one for 3. That's in there. Tinsley with the assist. Foy's got 10. Clark and Steve, 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
You know, both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back and coming back and forth, back and forth.
Reminds me of a song.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen a game with so many lead changes this early on.
Count the bucket. And the Bucks lead by 1.
Well, after a slow first quarter, he's starting to pick it up a bit here.
From outside the arc, and the Jazz, another 3.
Well, that was a nice start. After having a good first quarter, he's showing us more of the same here.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Udrich, and another basket for Milwaukee.
Well, you look at Tyrone Corbin, and, I always knew he'd be a coach. I played with him back in Phoenix, my rookie season with the Suns, and Tyrone was one of those guys who just was always so well prepared, a great teammate, a hard worker. You could see, even back then, that he had a bright future in coaching.
5 to shoot. On its way from Hayward for 2. Rebounded by the Bucks. Udo's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
I'm interested in what happens with that Pistons game. Guys, that's a good matchup.
And for Coach Tyrone Corbin, a long journeyman career, certainly. Steve, a lot of times it's not the star players who go on to coaching success, but more those role players who had a chance to observe and really had to work for what they had.
Yeah, when you're not a star in the NBA, every night is a tough one. I mean, you're going up against superior players, and you're just trying to hang on and figure out a way to compete and have success. And I think that really translates well to coaching, because that's what it's about. You're trying to max out your team's potential.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Paul Millsap's checked in for Enes Kanter. Jeremy Evans comes in for Al Jefferson. Marvin Williams is checked in for Gordon Hayward. And Mo Williams subbed in for Jamal Tinsley. Here's Udrich. He's guarded by Williams. And Udrich gets it to go.
He made that one tougher than it had to be. Didn't really need to lean in.
Now here's Williams. He's guarded by Udrich. Back to Millsap. He dishes it to Ford. Dishes to Williams. Launches it. Rebound by Ray Allen. Bucks leading by 4. Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked. Really strong and together.
Yeah, very aggressive, too. Keeping the defense off balance with their ball movement. I like the way they look.
Alec Burks checked in for the Jazz. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Jazz have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Burks off a pick from Millsap. Now, here's Burks. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Clock at 6. To halt the run, and he gives the jumper to drop. 8 points for Millsap.
I think he's done his part to try to keep him in this game. It's been a solid effort from him, guys.
Jennings dishes to Allen. The dish to Udrich. The rebound by the Jazz.
Well, as far as jump shots go, that's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm not sure how that didn't go down.
Knocks down the 10-footer. Now just a 2-point Bucks lead. Jennings kicks to Udrich. Left side, BOSH. It's rebounded by Paul Millsap.
You know, as tight as this game is, you have to like their chances the way they've been rebounding.
They have a pretty good margin in that department, so they've got to continue to hit the boards hard, and it'll pay off for them in the end.
And the shot is good.
I'll tell you what, right now that mid-range jumper serving them well.
Yes, it is, guys. That's 6 of their last 10 points coming from that mid-range area.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, I felt like his defense was letting him down out there, guys, so he wanted to get a timeout to talk it over and try to tighten things up here.
You know, a part of coaching, a lot of coaching actually, is making sure that momentum never gets too far away from your team. That's a good timeout.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Marvin Williams. Joel Prisbilla checked in for the Bucks. Cool Hands comes in for Beno Udrich.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
Williams kicks to Hayward. Back to Williams. He kicks it to Burks. Pass to Williams. Again, the miss by Williams. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Clark. 12 points for him. Back to Allen. He passes to Clark. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. Prisbilla. Up and in on the layup. Prisbilla's got his first bucket of the night.
He made that offensive rebound count. Nice job collecting the second chance points.
Williams with the ball, and Jennings picks him up defensively. Throws it up high. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. And the leaderboard with some point guards who have been getting their hands dirty in the paint lately. Let's take a look at the top rebounding one guards of the last 10 games. Look at Cool Hands. A terrific rebound, 5th overall.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of the all-time great point guards, rebounding was always a big part of their game.
Yeah, I think that's true, Steve. It's not a necessary attribute for a point guard, but the ability to rebound is something that took a few of the greats to another level entirely, and it helps your team, too.
Jennings against Williams. The pass to Hayward. Over Allen. A reverse. And it's Millsap laying it in. Millsap's got 12.
You know, one of the reasons Paul Millsap dropped in the draft years ago when he came out of college was people questioned his size. But what they should have been paying attention to was his heart, because this guy plays as hard as anybody in the league. Just knows where the ball's going. He anticipates it off the glass, and then he's got the will to go and get it.
He'll do the dirty work for you at both ends, and his hands are really quick. I mean, he's a guy that can create deflections and get steals because of his activity with his hands and with that strong body of his.
Attacking the paint again and again.
You know, they're getting whatever they want. I mean, 8 straight points coming inside.
Hayward passes to Williams. He feeds it to Burks. Back to Williams. Can't get it to go. And Milwaukee the other way now.
They really need to start looking elsewhere, guys, because he can't get anything to go. Mo Williams, a former second-round pick out of Alabama. He's had a really nice career when you think about it. Excellent shooter. So he's pretty good from mid-range and beyond.
And the Jazz with some changes. Enes Kanter's checked in for Millsap. Favors comes in for Jeremy Evans. And it's Foy in for Alec Burks. The Bucks also changing it up. Drew Gooden is checked in for Prisbilla. Tobias Harris comes in for Mbaamuta. And it's Dunleavy in for Ray Allen. Here's Williams. Here's Kanter. And their work on the board pays off with the second chance points.
And how did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
The Jazz shooting their first free throw of the night.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Udo's checked in for Tobias Harris.
And, guys, you talk about a player like Mo Williams. Star players love a guy who can spread the floor for them. In other words, a guy who can knock down perimeter shots whose defenders can't help off of him. And when you have a guy like Mo Williams who can shoot it that way, he's always enjoyable to play with.
There's the steal. And, oh, here we go. Jennings with nobody back. Gets it to go. Clark's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Boy, he's been so dependable here this game, really playing well offensively.
Williams with the ball, and Jennings picks him up defensively. Favors dishes to Hayward. Feeds to Williams. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Here's Foy. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
No, for a guy that shoots like he does, I mean, I'd say that is an easy look.
Clark kicks to Udo. And that one's good. And it's a 9-point Bucks lead.
Tell you what, they just cannot miss out there.
And the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they've been powerless to slow them down. No effect at all.
Here's Kanter. It's Clark with the rebound. Clark's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. It's Jennings with the drive. Passes to Gooden. Second shot opportunity. And the running layup is good. Gooden's got his first 2 points of the night.
Offensively just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Hayward with the ball. 5 points in the game. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Gooden with the steal. Here's Clark. Kicks it to Dunley. Puts up a 3. Jennings can't get it to go.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
There's 21 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Now the feed to Clark. for three, and he drains it.
Ooh-wee, Kevin. That was a big shot to extend their lead and send them into halftime with momentum.
And the first half is now in the books. The Bucks on top. They lead by 12. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports, and we're all set for the halftime report. The Milwaukee Bucks have the lead against the Jazz at Energy Solutions Arena. The top team in the conference standings, they're having a great season. Some textbook basketball from Cool Hands. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. On the other side, the Jazz have not had a great start. Hard to find a lot to like about their performance so far. They'll need to pay much better attention in the second half to the details. The details. Mo Williams with a disappointing first half. Just can't get things to fall in the early parts of the game. He's shooting under 20%. Now let's head back out to the start of the second half. Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke take it away.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Cool Hands in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's done a great job of finding the soft spots in that defense. A very efficient game for him so far.
Yeah, and I like what he's done, Steve. I mean, he's made a couple of jumpers here or there, but what he's really done impressively is allow the game to come to him.
On the court for the Bucks, Clark, he's in it shooting mode. Luke Richard and Baamute out there with Allen. Then there's Chris Bosh, and it's Jennings in at the point guard. He dishes it to Bosh. Over Jefferson, and Bosh gets it to go on the assist from Brandon Jennings. 8 points for Chris Bosh. Jazz trail by 14. Williams kicks to Foy. Dishes it to Millsap. There's the dish to Hayward. Shot clock at 6. Jefferson setting the pick for Williams. Over Jennings. Williams can't get it to go.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
And there's Jennings. That's good on the assist by Allen. Allen's got 3 assists now in this one. Williams against Jennings. Millsap left side. He kicks it to Foy. High post try. Ray Allen grabs the board. Allen's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Jennings drives in. Wasted no time on that one. Jennings has got 16 points.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
Bucks leading by 16. Here's Clark. He's got 19. Bosh passes to Clark. It's Allen on the wing. Pass to Clark. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And the basket good. 8 points for Allen.
Man, offensive execution has been the story here. Just playing beautiful basketball.
And guys, you can see it in their advantage in field goal percentage. I mean, you get high quality shots, you're usually going to shoot well. They're playing outstanding basketball.
Jefferson's shot is off.
Just 1 make and 4 tries here to start the second half.
Got a piece of it. A rebound by Jefferson.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Williams for 3. No good. The Bucks go the other way with it.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only 1 make on 5 tries so far in the second half.
Jazz trail by 18. Here's Foy. Milwaukee with the rebound. Bosh has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. They set the screen. It's Jennings with the drive. A rebound by the Jazz.
How about the season Paul Millsap had for the Utah Jazz last year? He increased his rebounding, improved his free throw percentage, went from what they called an energy guy to really an all-star caliber big man.
Here's Foy. And the pass to Hayward. He feeds it to Foy. That's good. Foy's got 17 now.
He is always so in control, guys, even when he's going hard to the hoop. Very skilled finisher.
The Jazz making a switch here. Favors is checked in. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. When you talk about the leap forward for Paul Millsap last season, he was a big reason the Utah Jazz exceeded expectations.
Kevin, in that front court rotation for the Jazz, the envy of the league, really. I mean, they've got both youth and veterans. They've got some terrific players inside, and Millsap, one of the anchors.
And Jennings with the layup. 18 points for him.
My goodness, he's knocking down everything he looks at.
And here is Williams. Right now averaging 17 points a game. Back to Jefferson. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You take a look at the Bucks. And of course the Miami Heat, 8.5 games behind them.
Well, right now for the Bucks, they've really turned some heads with their performance this year.
They have. I mean, I don't think anybody expected this club to perform the way they have to this point. I mean, it's been a surprise. The expectations were low, and I think they've used that to their advantage. They've really just locked in on what they've had to do, and they've played better than anybody really could have expected.
Williams kicks to Foy. Back to Williams. Inside to Jefferson. Feeds it to Foy. Takes the three. The kick out to Williams. Back to Jefferson. Passes it to Hayward. The Jazz working the ball around now. Shot's good by Williams.
Another second chance bucket. I mean, that's like taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, no excuses, Clark. I mean, at some point, you're going to have to get focused and have all 5 defenders boxing out.
Outside Jennings. He passes it to Clark. For the three. And yes, sir, that one drops. Clark's got 22.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
Randy Foy is on the way. From 17 feet out. And Utah again with the bucket. Here's Clark. 22 points for him. It's Jennings with the drive. Kicks it to Nba2K13. The feed to Clark. Bosh, the screen. Clark kicks to Bosh. Jennings from deep. Jennings can't get that one to fall.
Well, he got one to go in the first, but he hasn't been able to connect from three-point land here in this half.
Outside Williams. He dishes it to Favors. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And we can talk all we want about their passing, but from three-point range, these point guards have been filling it up for the past month. Second, Brandon Jennings.
Well, if there are no other options available, any of these guys can just step back and shoot the 3. A great backup plan for any point guard to have.
Yeah, I'd love to see a three-point shooting contest just amongst the point guards so we could watch these guys do work. I mean, I don't know which one of them I'd choose, but they're all pretty good.
That one is off.
Well, you know, guys, we've talked before about all the advanced training methods these days. One of the newest ones I've been hearing about is called cryotherapy. The Mavericks were the first team to really make it popular. It's like taking an ice bath, but taking it way up a notch, or about 10 notches. They actually use liquid nitrogen. You get into the machine, and the air cools around the players to negative 185 degrees Fahrenheit. but it really keeps the players' bodies going and allows them to regenerate their energy quickly.
And going back to that cold treatment, Steve, the players really swear by it. It increases circulation, suppresses pain, and they say that after you get out, you just feel good.
Well, you know, players have always iced, Kevin, you know, whether it's icing your knees, your ankles, or whatever. But this thing, I think, takes this treatment to a new level. And it's one of the reasons that you see guys like Steve Nash and Ray Allen and Dirk Nowitzki competing at such a high level later on in their careers. Guys just have more ways to take care of themselves these days, and it's apparent.
You know, if their plan was to keep going inside a ton, it sure has paid off. I mean, it seems like every bucket they get is in the lane.
Well, no reason to take an outside shot if they're scoring at will from inside the paint. Well, Henson can really ignite a crowd with his defense because with that wingspan, he covers so much ground and he can block shots whether it's coming over from the weak side or defending the ball.
Well, his arms go forever. I mean, that's pretty clear. He can play somebody straight up and they'll think they can get it up and over him, but his range and reach just exceeds expectations. And he gets up off the ground pretty good, too. It's not just all reach. He bounces a little bit as well.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Derek Favors. And so he's able to get one of two. Jazz trail by 16. Dishes to Burks. That one falls off Tinsley's feet. Burks has got his third bucket of the night.
Well, and you can't let them get deep position.
Yeah, you got to do your work early here, Steven. You got to be physical with it.
Harris kicks to Udrih. There's the pick. The dish now to Gooden. It's good. This time the assist from Udrih. Gooden's got his second bucket of the game to go. Jazz have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Utah calls timeout.
Okay, Energy Solutions Arena. Now on the court for Wilding with the Clinic. Jazz fans. Get love for it, Jazz fans.
And we've got a moment now. Let's take a look at some of Paul Millsap's numbers. Fourth in steals. And, of course, he's in the top 15 in rebounding, so a very strong presence in the paint.
Steve, he's a real ace defensively for him when you take a look at his steals per game average. I mean, whether it's getting into the passing lanes or taking the ball from ball handlers, he does both really well.
The Jazz making a switch here. Hayward's checked in. The Bucks also changing it up. Udo's checked in for Henson. And it's Jennings in for Udrih. Here's Millsap. Milwaukee with the rebound. Udo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Jennings dishes to Dunley. No good. And Utah the other way now. Now Tinsley. He kicks to Cantor. He's guarded by Jennings. From the baseline. Cantor's shot is off.
Well, you look at the young power forward out of Baylor, Epe Udo, long-arm shot blocker, 7'4" wingspan, and great timing defensively. Question with him is how effective he can be offensively. I think he's got a little more game than what he's shown so far early in his career.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Utah Jazz. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. The Bucks have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. I mean, you look at the numbers, impressive.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
And Udo a natural power forward, but because of his shot blocking, he's also played some center early in his career, Clark.
Yeah, and if he's not getting overpowered, his length allows him to be an effective center. His defense is already a plus, and his offense still a work in progress, but he's shown some flashes of being pretty good at that end, too.
And he sinks the second.
Kevin, it's disheartening to see them keep missing opportunities to extend the lead at the line. I mean, when you have a chance to put a team away from the line, you want to take advantage of that. You don't want to give them a chance to come back on it.
Fade away. And it's Foy missing.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
Jennings kicks to Harris. Over Foy. Harris misses.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Foy, the pass to Hayward. The kick out to Williams. The three is launched. Brandon Jennings comes up with a rebound. Jennings has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Clark kicks to Jennings. Pass to Clark. It's back to Jennings. The 3, that's good. Jennings has got 11 in the second half.
You cannot back that far off of a guy. I mean, I don't care who he is. These guys are pros. They all can shoot. D up.
Foy dishes to Williams. To end the drought. Gets it to go. Williams has got 8 points.
I like the way that he has really stayed aggressive from that three-point line after not making a single one before the halftime.
1:52 left in the third. Here's Clark, and that one's good. Clark's got 5 points in the quarter.
Made that one look easy, didn't they?
Now here's Williams. He's got 8. He feeds it to Hayward. The pass to Foy. From downtown, Brandon Jennings comes up with a rebound. Jennings has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Feeds to Hayward. Passes it to Foy. And that one's good. Foy's got 21.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Clark kicks to Harris. He passes to Clark. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. 26 points for him. And there's the feed to Foy. Back to Williams. Kicks to Hayward. The tray. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Clark. He's got 26. He dishes it to Harris. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession.
Looked like some miscommunication there offensively. Those guys were not on the same page.
Jazz trail by 16. And Foy kicks to Williams. Jefferson, he's covered by Bosh. With the shot. Jefferson's shot is off. Here's Clark. Allen outside. 3-pointer. And again, Milwaukee with the triple. Here's Williams. No good. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Bucks lead by 19. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
The newest issue of Dime magazine just hit the shelves. Cool.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Who's had the Sprite uncontainable game in this one? Well, let's send it out to our Doris. Doris?
Well, Kevin, our uncontainable game in this one, the stretch by the Bucks. A big run by them in the third quarter is the difference right now as they've opened up this game. Guys, 1 quarter left to play, but they look to be in complete control.
Okay, Doris, thanks. That scoring run, guys, was pretty key in this game so far, don't you think?
Yeah, very much so, Kevin. I mean, that was like a runaway train there for a while. No stopping them. That really blew the game open.
Well, you bet it did. I mean, when you've got one team in such terrific offensive rhythm and the other guys on their back feet, tentative, hesitant, it almost always leads to runs like that.
Derek Favors and Al Jefferson in the middle. Alec Burks is out there with Jamal Tinsley, and it's Williams at the small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. And he can't get the first one. And the Jazz with some changes. Millsap comes in for Al Jefferson. And Gordon Haywards is subbed in for Marvin Williams. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Good on the second free throw. Allen with it. Jennings drives in. Outside Bosh. It's back to Jennings. Burks covering. Fader on the way. Tries again. He lays it in. And the Bucks lead by 20. Here's Tinsley.
I'll tell you what, I like the introduction of the zone defense about a decade ago because it cleaned up the game. It used to be with the illegal defense call that they had, teams would just rely heavily on isolation plays and clearing sides of the floor. The zone means you can't do that as much, so you have to be much more strategic in your approach offensively.
Allen kicks to Jennings. Dishes it to Bosh. Left side, Bosh. 6 on the shot clock. Ray Allen is on the wing. Shoots over Burks. Allen passes to Jennings. Ray Allen is on the wing. Bosh. And that is good. Well, the worry with the zone, Steve, is what you were just talking about, is that it would lead to too much bunkering from teams, but it hasn't really been the case we've seen so far.
No, it hasn't really. It's been used, I think, as it should be. Kind of an alternate look, change in strategy. The best teams use it periodically, not as a steady diet, but you mix it in there, and I think you can use it to great effect.
Jennings drives in. Allen. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got his 7th assist in the game. The Jazz have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. There's the dish to Burks. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Hayward kicks to Favors. Working on Bosh. Favors can't get it to go.
This is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot. I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Here's Tinsley. Takes it up. And a slam dunk by Favors.
No time wasted getting back off the ground when he got his hands on the ball. I like that quickness of jump.
And that's the idea, right? Take it back up strong.
Yeah, of course. I mean, no reason to hold on to it any longer than you have to.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
Well, there are quite a few stars who can lay claim to the title right now, but for you guys, who ranks as the true king of slam in the NBA right now? I know for me it's got to be Blake Griffin. The dunks he had this past season were just off the charts.
And the Jazz with some changes. Al Jefferson is checked in for Millsap. Foy comes in for Alec Burks. And Mo Williams subbed in for Jamal Tinsley. Milwaukee also making some changes. Gooden comes in for Mbamute. And Cool Hand subbed in for Mike Dunleavy. On the run, but he made the adjustment. 25 points for Brandon Jennings. Well, Steve, to answer the question you posed, I think I might have to go with Blake Griffin, but only on, the acrobatic circus-like feel it gives all of his dunks, the incredible torque that he musters up to throw that thing down and do it with such a ferocious feel. But that's not saying that I think he's on his way to superstardom. I think there are a lot of parts of his game he's got to work on, and work on a lot. But in terms of just his slam dunking, that probably stands out, and Blake would be up top of my list.
Yeah, Kevin, you make a great point. I mean, no question Blake Griffin is the best dunker in the game, but until he develops that consistent jump shot where he can get to the point like Karl Malone did, where he can turn and shoot over the top of people, he's not going to be a complete player. He's already a great player, but to become a superstar, he needs to expand his game.
Here's Clark. The pass to Good. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two. Chance now to check out the schedule for Milwaukee. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. They start a 3-game homestand with that game.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing how that Philadelphia game turns out, guys.
And he makes the first.
You know, one of the things about playing in the Western Conference, Kevin, is that travel can be very difficult. In the East, most of the cities are a lot closer together. But in the West, you can rack up some serious frequent flyer miles in a hurry because you're flying really all over the place.
And the Bucks making a change here. And Baamute's checked in. Williams gets the bucket.
He's starting to pick up his game in this half.
Bucks leading by 20. Here's Clark. Gives him the lead pass. Gooden. There's the bucket. Good. Gooden's got 4 this quarter. Steve, as you said, all that travel can take a toll on a team. Still, usually the West has done better in the past against the East.
Well, Kevin, obviously talent has a lot to do with it. I mean, if you've got great talent, you're going to be able to win more games on the road, regardless of how far you have to travel. But I do think there is a toll on teams like Portland or Miami that are, really tucked away in far corners of the country and have longer trips throughout the season. Nice touch near the hoop.
The Bucks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Kicks it out to Allen. To the middle. Gooden. Good. Gooden's got 9 points here in the second half.
Again, they attack the hoop from the lane, and it's been really good to them.
Yeah, they're getting whatever they want down there. That's 4 of their last 5 buckets coming in the paint area.
And here's Foy. Lock at 6. Rebounded by the Bucks. And Baamute's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Clark gets to Jennings. That's good. Jennings has got 27 points.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down. I think he's just got to compose himself, gather himself. He may be trying a little too hard out there. Let it flow. Let it happen. Don't force it.
Kicks it out to Allen. He kicks it to Jennings. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
Getting the feel out there from long range, guys. That's his second 3 of the half.
The Jazz shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Now Williams.
We see so many great players coming into the league from other countries now, guys. The NBA has really been quite proactive, making huge strides in spreading the game internationally.
The Jazz again can't hit it.
Remember, he was hot early, 3 3-pointers in the first half, but he may have to start putting the ball on the floor. His shot's not working here in the second.
Here's Clark. It's Allen on the wing. And the 3 off target. Going back to what Clark was just talking about, it's a great topic, Clark, in the game of basketball. It's quickly becoming the most popular spectator sport in, of all places, China.
Well, it's so great, Kevin, to see the game become globally popular. I think it all started with the '92 Dream Team. That's when the world really got to see up close the NBA's superstars, and the impact that team made has really just dramatically affected the NBA. There's fans everywhere now, whether you're talking about China, even India now starting to become very interested in the NBA. So great stuff for the NBA.
Williams kicks to Jefferson. Inside to Favors. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Favors has got 9 points in the quarter. The Bucks have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Here's Clark. Here is Nba2K13. A strong effort on the rebound. Nets the second chance points.
They're really making a point of taking it inside and scoring from close range.
Well, you have to give some of the credit, or actually the blame, I should say, to the defense. They are not doing anything in the paint area.
Pass to Jefferson. Blocked. And they're able to recover. And that one's good by Favors.
This team really needs this kind of effort, and he is bringing it forward. He's converted time and time again this quarter.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Enes Kanter's checked in for Jefferson. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. Alec Burks checked in for Randy Foye. And Jamal Tinsley is subbed in for Mo Williams. And Udrih kicks to Henson. Pulls up on the wing. Drained for 2 points.
Great display of that mid-range touch right now.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking a step in and knocking down a few. I know you were a great marksman from the three-point line, but sometimes people only see the game in threes and layups. That mid-range game is alive and well here tonight.
Now Udrih.
And guys, we know officiating the NBA game is really such a tough job. I don't envy those guys at all. And they're under more scrutiny than ever before now. All the clips are available online, and the league is really putting more energy than ever into getting the best out of the official.
They set the pick. Jumper off the screen. Gets it to go. Then you go back to the officiating and that balance between letting them play and whistling it tight. Nobody wants to watch guys shoot free throws all night. But, Steve, how do you prefer the game to be officiated?
Well, it's so difficult, Kevin. On one hand, the officials need to set the tone early and not let players foul each other all game. On the other hand, you can't have 100 free throws shot in the game because, as you said, nobody wants to watch. So it's really a balancing act for the officials, and they have a terribly difficult job.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Henson dishes to Udrih. Three-pointer. Can't hit, so Utah will take it the other way. Here's Tinsley. He feeds it to Burks. Over Prisbilla. Burks can't get it to go.
Good, tough defense there. Getting a hand up, forcing that miss.
Well, he's got the reputation of being a tough defender, and there was an example right there for you.
Kept alive. Henson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Shooting from Milwaukee, John Henson. 2 shots.
That's good from Henson.
As the three-point shot has become more and more prominent in the NBA, the mid-range jumper has fallen somewhat into disfavor and taken a back seat. Defenses are actually geared to force shooters inside the three-point line. You hear coaches talking all the time, chase them off the line and then challenge the two-point shot.
Henson hits them both. And when you talk about the three-point shot, Steve, do you think it's starting to take on too much prominence, or do you like the way it's affected the game?
I actually preferred it, Kevin, when only maybe 10 or 12 three-pointers were attempted per game and that there was more motion offensively, more diversity. Now it seems like everybody just spreads the floor and launches threes from all over the place. It's fun to watch at times, but strategically it's not as interesting. Now, this is a done deal here. They've pretty much finished this team off.
Yep, we can put this one in the books. Too much to overcome now.
He gathers. That's good from Kanter on the assist from Marvin Williams. Here's Dunleavy. Here's Udrih. There's the pass to Good. Passes it to Udrih. 6 to shoot. With the lead pass, Prisbilla. Good in the pass to Prisbilla. Feeds it to Dunleavy. The feed to Prisbilla. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Clark.
The Jazz shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. Kicks to Cantor. He dishes it to Burks. Dishes to Williams. Shoots from 12. No luck.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, Kevin Harlan saying see you next time.